Hello student, to this second part from the previous lecture concerning accounting fraud. In this lesson we are going to talk about what does the government do in order to reduce or in order to fraud the accounting in order to fight the accounting fraud. Also, what steps that monitors do in order to fight it. So to start with, here are some steps in order to catch or in order to reduce the accounting fraud. Who monitors accounting fraud? Companies often hire independent auditors to validate their books and check for accounting fraud. Some companies are hiring a certified public accountant in order to make an audit to their financial statements, like the cash flow, like the balance, and so on. So firms also typically have their own internal auditing programs. Those who monitor and investigate these crimes include many entities across state and federal level in the US. The first federal level is the SEC. The SEC is the primary federal regulator responsible for enforcing securities law and regulating the securities industry. It reviews and investigates companies for financial misconduct, including accounting fraud. The second one is Financial Industry Regularity and Authority. Although it concentrates in energy or brokerage firms and securities professionals, also it plays a role in monitoring and investigating accounting irregularities. The following one is, or we call it a public company accountant. Oversight abroad, the PCAOB, it oversees the audit of public companies in order to confirm that financial statements accurately represent their finance. The following one is the Internal Revenue Service. The Internal Revenue Service investigates tax fraud, which typically interact with accounting fraud. It particularly in cases of misreported earnings or assets. The following one is the Federal Bureau of Investigating. The FBI and all the law enforcement agencies at the state and federal level investigate accounting fraud, especially when it involves embezzlement or the money laundering. The last one is the state securities regulators. The state-level agencies have the authority in order to investigate and act in accounting frauds. Here, there are some terms related to accounting fraud. I wrote them in Arabic language in order to make things clear to you. The first thing is accounting fraud, الاحتيال المحاسبي, accounting scandal, فضائح المحاسبة. There is an accounting policy, السياسة المحاسبية. There is a financial statement, قوائم المالية. Overstating revenue, المبالغة في الإيرادات. There is also a corporate fraud, as we see it's one of type of the accounting fraud, which means الاحتيال في الشركات. There is a bribery, which is a very common word, which means رشوة. There is the money laundering, غسيل الأموال. Occupational fraud, الاحتيال المهني. And recorded expenses, النفقات غير المسجلة. There is misstating asset and liabilities, تحريف الأصول والخصوم. There is the financial losses, الخسائر المالية. There is reputational damage, الضرر بالسمعة. There is also the fraud activities, أنشطة الاحتيالية. And what we mean by market instability هي عدم الاستقرار في السوق. Pay attention to this word very well and try to take some notes and repeat the video in case you didn't understand anything.